Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new video and another installment of In the Trenches, your one-stop shop for all things Call of Duty Challengers all the time. So after a few weeks of making videos about trying to keep up with every single roster move that happened in Challengers, that was not possible to keep doing. But more importantly, we have some news to talk about today. We have the first competitive Challengers rule set to talk about, the maps, the rotations, all of that, and also the schedule has been announced. So we're going to talk about all that stuff today instead of the usual roster moves and all that. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, let me know by leaving a like down below, and definitely leave a comment as well with your thoughts on the rule set, on the schedule, everything we talk about today. And also subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these challengers videos and want to see more of them in the future. Right now we are at 249 subscribers, so if you want to be that lucky number 250, that would really mean a lot to me. Just in general, all of your support in these videos really does mean the world to me, so thank you for that. I hope you enjoy the video, and let's hop right in. Alright, so I will apologize in advance if I'm kind of using my mouse like a bot here. I can't actually use my mouse because I don't have enough USB ports in my computer and I forgot my adapter at my apartment. But anyway, I'm just going with my trackpad here, but here we go. So we got some official announcements from the actual Call of Duty League Twitter or the Call of Duty website itself. A lot of exciting stuff here. So first of all, we have Latin America now has their own official challenge region, whereas last year it was sort of just thrown together. I don't even know if there was prize pools. I really don't know much about Latin America challengers last year. I know there was a scene, but it was not an official Call of Duty official, scene. But it is official now. So it says starting in 2022, official challengers competitions will expand into Latin America for the first time. It will grow the Call of Duty ecosystem, but it also has a new pathway for amateur players to go pro. So there's a whole bunch of list of countries. Like Brazil sticks in my mind for some reason, but like a whole bunch of South American countries. Definitely a lot of talent down there in that region that will hopefully be able to get some recognition because, like I said, I didn't follow that region a ton last year, but I do know they were gaining some popularity and getting the respect of some people in the scene. So it's good to see them have their full official actual challenges or competitions now. So that's good to see. And then we have this stuff here. The format, there will be ladders, blah blah blah. So cups are back, that's not surprising. And it does say all four regions, so I guess that's North America, EU, APAC, and Latin America. These open events are a chance for players to earn prizing and challengers points during online weekend tournaments. The first cup of the 2022 Challenger season takes place on December 4th and 5th, so that's like 2 weeks away. And we're going to get to a major issue with that here in a couple of minutes, but it's soon, and we knew that was going to happen because Challengers always starts earlier than the CDL, but that's like very soon. So that's going to be our first look at real competitive COD in the competitive setting with the rules we're going to talk about here, so that is definitely exciting to hear about and exciting to see. There will be opens, they're not announced yet. It says we are finalizing the details around bringing back Challengers opens. I think there was maybe 5 last year. There wasn't that many. There was, mostly cups, but there was a couple of opens with a bigger prize pool, so that is good to see that they will be returning. And then finally we have the Challengers Elite. So that will only be in North America and Europe this year, which is interesting a little bit because unless I'm mistaken, there was APAC Elite last year. I'm pretty sure. There was definitely champs. I thought there was elites too. Anyway, it is just North America and Europe this time. Same thing, 8 teams in the multi-week online competitions. It says we are revamping the Challengers Elite playoffs. The top 4 teams will qualify for a double elimination playoff, and the bottom 4 teams must re-qualify for the next competition. I think last year there was a cutoff, it was 6 instead of 4, but now we do have 4 teams making the double elim round, and the next 4 having to re-qualify. Like I said, I think last time the bottom 2 had to re-qualify and the rest were good. But anyway, there's also the finals of 2022 Challenger season will culminate with the Challengers finals. We'll provide an update more of that later in the season. So overall, we have the schedule now, kind of similar to last year, some new stuff, some official Latin America Challengers. That is all cool. Let's move on over now to the settings. And the most notable thing we're going to talk about here is the maps and modes. So Search and Destroy. We have, I don't know if you can see it that well, we have Tuscan, Bocage, Desert Siege, Berlin, and Demiansk, if I'm saying that correctly. Not really any surprises there. I'm not a big fan of Desert Siege, but I do think it plays better than most of the maps do for Search. I think Tuscan, Bocage, and Berlin were givens. I thought for sure we'd see them. And then Demiansk, it's weird. Some pros like it, some don't like it at all. I think maybe there's a chance. I feel like some pros like Oasis, which I'm personally not a fan of that map, but some pros liked it. I thought maybe we would see it in there, but it said it looks like Demiansk for now, but we're going to talk about in a minute how that could change. And then for Hardpoint, we have Tuscan, Bocage, Gavutu, Berlin, Desert Siege. I think the top 4 there were givens. I know a lot of people don't like Gavutu. I actually have always liked that map more than Consensus. Like, I have tweets way back from the beta. I remember it specifically. I said, you guys are way over-hating that beach map. I didn't know what it was called back then, but I didn't think it was that bad. Tuscan, though, not a surprise. Bocage, not a surprise. It's very hectic, but it still plays decent. Berlin, not a surprise. I hated that map at first, but it's growing on me some. Gavutu, not a surprise. Desert Siege, like I said, a little bit of a surprise, but what are the other options? There's not that many great maps in this game. I know a lot of the pros do not like Decoy. I like it to play it in pubs, but I do think competitively it really wouldn't play the best. So I think there's a chance maybe we're not going to see Desert Siege. I don't know. For now, this is what it looks like. Could change, could not. And then we have down here all the weapons that are out of there. There's not really much to talk about. Shotguns, of course, light machine guns, all the attachments. Some of the attachments, though, are missing. Damage mag's not gone. I think some of the proficiencies are not gone, so that will have to be worked on. But for now, at least, it's a good baseline, and we're going to, of course, see how it plays in Challengers. Going to get it tweaked, get it improved, and then we're going to have it ready to go for the start of the CDL season. Hopping on over to Twitter, we have some updates and stuff from Crone here. He puts out his opinions on these rules that should be changed, and the top one here was wrong. The respawn delay, that's actually correct. It is at 3.5, not 2 like he thinks here. The bottom thing, though, is the most important. We don't have a third game mode. So we're 2 weeks away from Challengers officially starting. You know, people are playing 4 points and 4 money, and we don't know what the third game mode is. Now, we don't know if they're even going to have a third game mode. They might play 3 hard points, 2 searches. They might play 1 domination instead of control, which you do not want to see at all. And it's just weird to me because Sledgehammer has clearly referenced that it's going to be control. That's going to be the third game mode. They're going to have it in the game here at some point. But why is it not in the game already? What's the point in waiting? Just get it out there. Let these players test it out and get it straightened out, the rules and all that for the competitive side. So that's really unfortunate for the competitive scene. It's just another sign, like a slap in the face of the competitive scene. But anyway, it's going to be control, but I just don't know why it's not there yet. It's very frustrating. Anyway, some things here, like I said, Vital, Recoil Booster, and Damage Mag should all be banned. Damage Mag, they're going to be GA'd, so like it's not really that big of a deal. All that stuff will not be in competitive, but why not just ban it officially? That way, like, it will be banned when ranked play comes out. The GAs, if you're not following GAs, you won't have to follow GAs because you won't even have the option to use that stuff in the first place. So it'd be good to see that stuff banned, but maybe it will get banned at some point. But like I said, we're not going to see it in the Pro League either way. He does say he thinks Demiant, Search, and Destroy should be replaced, which, like I said, a lot of pros do agree with that, but it's just to the point where you have to find another map. It's good to have 5 maps in there for Search. I mentioned Oasis. Some pros seem to like that. That and Demiant are both kind of the same thing, in my opinion, where some pros like it and some hate it. It seems like they're both polarizing maps. It's not really just like, that map's okay. It's either they really like it or they really hate it. And he also says the same thing about Desert Siege Hardpoint, but again, what do you replace it with? It's easy to say, oh, this map should come out or this map shouldn't be played, but you do have to replace it with something, and we just don't know at this point because there are not good options to pick from in this game. But anyway, Crone does go on to say, these rules are being changed as we speak. Not sure why they would go live when they're wrong, but here we are, and I agree with that. Like, at least come to a conclusion. I know you're supposed to change the rules as you go, but you shouldn't publish them and immediately make changes. Like, I showed you the list there of what's banned and what's not. When it first came out, pistols and combat knives were banned. It's like, what secondary can they use? They can't use launchers. They have to use something. If they can't use a combat knife, are they just never supposed to pull out a secondary? But that has been changed now. Pistols are back. Combat knife is back. I think they probably will end up GAing some attachments from the pistols, but it's good to at least have them in there. I hate when they don't use pistols for some reason. I just wish they'd let all the pistols in. I know they all like the rat. Maybe they'll GA the rat and use the 1911. But either way, it's good to see pistols in there because, like, what's a sniper supposed to use if he can't use a pistol? And then the combat knife, of course, unbanned as well. So that all makes sense. But like I said, and like Crone says here, these rules will be updated. They will tweak with them. They'll see how this stuff plays in Challengers, and they will go from there. But it is a good start to at least have a somewhat of a rule set in place for Challengers. And then finally, wanted to mention this here because I think we could see a trend coming. I'm just getting it out there now in the Challenger side of things. Both Dave and Josh are leaving Call of Duty and giving Halo a shot. Dave could return, though. Josh makes it seem like he will not be playing this year. They both basically said, I know you can't really see the pictures there, but they just both talked about how I just can't see myself being able to jump on this game and play it every single day with the way it is. Josh said it's one of the least games he's ever played. Dave, not a fan of it either. And I would not be surprised to see the trend in COD Challengers where some guys moving over to Halo. Could see it in Warzone too, because Challengers, it's just so hard to crack into the CDL. You can be the best Challengers team and you never get a chance beyond scrims, which, you know, they're just scrims, to actually prove yourself against the best teams in the Pro League. So what choice do you have? If you're just never going to get a chance and you're just waiting for somebody to sign you, go play Halo. They have opens. You at least have a chance to prove yourself. You might not do well, but at least you have a shot. And there's been all kinds of Challengers players that are going to be competing in the first Halo Open, which is in, like, what, 2 weeks, I think. So that's all good to see. At least they're getting a chance, and they're still going to play COD too, most of them. These guys are leaving for good. I'm sure some won't. They're just going to give Halo a try, but I just keep an eye out for that because we might see more of it in the future as these COD Challengers guys keep getting, I don't want to say screwed over, but they keep just grinding and grinding and grinding with no real reward at the end. They might just say, screw that, I'm going to give Halo a try. If I have to come back, I will. It also will open the door for the guys who are dedicated just to COD to maybe get even better because the competition might get worse if guys are going over to try Halo. Just want to throw it out there though, Dave and Josh, two of the legends of the EU scene. Sad to see them go. I kind of think we'll see them back in COD at some point, but they really are not fans of this game, as a lot of people are not fans of this game. Anyway, that's going to do it for the video. So if you enjoyed, let me know by leaving a like down below, and definitely leave a comment as well with your thoughts on what we talked about today. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more challengers and other COD videos from me in the future. I appreciate all of your support on my videos so very much. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a good day today. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.